Good afternoon. How are you? I hope you're well. You got some coffee. Over here, Imperial, Nebraska, there's cow trucking going on. There he goes. We're going to check over our truck a little bit. We're over here at the old T-Junction truck stop. And we're going to go truck driving a little bit. Come on along, I'll show you some things. Alright, I'm going to start out here. I pulled over, start the camera, we'll go. But I'm east of Imperial, Nebraska, I don't know, 5 miles or 7 miles or something. And I got the old highway. And this highway isn't any extra miles. It's a little extra jumbling around, and it's not the main road anymore. It'll go through this little town up here where I graduated high school. I thought I'd take a look and go through there a little bit. I don't come back over here. Not very often, no. And I thought I'd take the old road though, the back road, the back way. I hope it's probably a little rougher, narrower, but we'll see. We'll see some other things. That sky is dark blue out over there, and just looks rough and cold. It's not that cold out. It's 31 degrees, but it looks rough and cold out the windshield. There's a real good blanket of snow on everything, and this is rural Nebraska, and that blanket of snow will sit there and cover the wheat crop, and it'll do better in the spring if it has a snow covering laying on it. This looks pretty good today. This is out here, and but I grew up over here in this country and on over here in Hays County, and graduated high school up here. And I did a lot of truck driving here. When I was 19, I started driving trucks. Trucks that I was driving just kept getting bigger. And every time you got to a certain size of truck, if you handled that well and you wanted to, you could move up to the next size bigger. And one day one of them was a semi. So when I was 19, I started driving truck full time. And my boss had a 1979 Kenworth A model extended hood. It had a Caterpillar motor in it, and you had to hold it over for the glow plugs. It was a 3406 A model Caterpillar motor in it, and you had to hold the knob one direction for the glow plugs, and then you hold it the other way for the motor to crank. It had a 24-volt starter, and it was a pre-combustion chambered motor, if you know what that is. That's a long time going back. I don't expect very many of you to know what that was, but I hauled cattle. I was a cow hauler, and it was a bad old truck. In those days it was a power steering. And so. I really liked that truck, and I got to drive, and I wanted to get out and go places and travel, and somebody paid me to do that, so I was pretty excited to get to do that. Look at these old hills, canyons in here, and this is kind of the area where I started truck driving. Back there at Imperial Sale Barn, I hauled a lot of cattle in and out of there. Sale on sale day, and went out to the ranches and stuff, and we did some grain hauling. We'd haul corn or wheat or soybeans or edible beans or something, farming, agricultural truck driving, and driving out through here. So this is a big producing area. They really produce out here. Farm products, agriculture. And then I'll be getting into town here in a little bit. I remember going to town with my old grandpa, and we came driving back down this road. I must have been 10, 12 years old. Sentimental. I like my old grandpa. Just me and him in the car that day. Yeah, you ain't got a lot of margin for error. There isn't even lines painted on the side of the road. Once you drop a wheel off, you got probably one wheel track, and then you're off the road there. The ditches, man, don't even look like there's hardly any ditch there. It looked like you could drive right out in the field. There's either that or the ditch is so full of snow that it filled it up. I haven't been on this road in forever, so we'll get on up here. I remember loading cattle out of this place here, different things. Do you ever go back to your hometown? Maybe you live around your hometown. I don't know. No, I don't come back. Driving through today, and that'll be nice. That'll be nice. Loys, yeah. You go cow hauling back in here, and you got to there's a lot of gravel roads and little dirt roads and places where cattle aren't necessarily loaded up at a dock on the highway somewhere. You got a lot of times you go back where they gathered the cattle off the pasture and load them back in somewhere, you know. So when you go cow hauling, you're going to go get back in some places and some ranches and see some things, and we're getting closer to town, but we're getting ready to drop over the hill into town here. Drop over the hill into town. Here we go down into here. Lots of memories down in here coming into town. I graduated from high school down here 40 years ago this spring, and so my 40th high school reunion is coming up, and I don't know, I don't suppose I'll go. A lot of my friends have really moved a long ways away, and I don't know, just I got so many things coming at me this spring, and I just don't think it'll add up very good for me to be here. But there's a cross over there. But 40 years, I can't hardly believe it. Things have sure changed a lot. I spent most of those years truck driving, and I've had a lot of adventure and a lot of travels. I learned how to truck drive down through here, and made it a long ways down through here with all of it. didn't want to tell too many cornball stories that nobody's too interested in, but get down here a little bit, get into town. You ever take your semi back to your hometown and drive right down through the middle of Main Street? Maybe? We'll give it a go here. We'll give it a try and see. This town was only 700 people, 725 or something like that when I graduated here, and I think the town is smaller than that now. I think farming has equipment's gotten bigger, and it takes fewer people to do the same work. It's a farm community here, and so see here. We'll turn here, and we'll go right straight down the middle of Main Street with this thing. The main street of the whole town. Let's go. Come on along now. I'll show it to you. There we go. There ain't any water in the Frenchman River over here. What? River's kind of drying up here. Maybe I don't know. We'll see. There we go. There we go. Main Street. There we go. Drove up and down Main Street. Some old cars and made a lot of noise. There's the old movie theater and the bank and the post office. Very traditional Main Street downtown. There's the grocery store. Grain elevator. Got to have a grain elevator. A lot of grain here. I got to stop the railroad tracks with my four-ways. I got placards on. Placards on my truck. Crawl up on top of the grain elevator on Saturday night and look around. There we go. See it up through here a little bit. There's a nasty little knot here. It's rough. Come down through here, homecoming dance, or do donuts up here at the end of the street or something. Yeah. Go, little truck, gotta get up and go. Oh, there we go. She's kind of an ornery little start up there to go. There we go. There's the old. Of course, we had a swimming pool in town. Looks like it's still going good, maybe. Made a lot of noise and drove up and down Main Street with loud mufflers. Get out of town, the cops are looking for you. Oh dear. Road stop here. So we'll get that. And then we'll take care of that camera a little bit. Get it turned around. around, turned around, turned around, turned around. No train. Okay. We'll get out of the way on the shoulder here and do good. Alright. I hope you're doing good. Thank you for coming along. I appreciate it. Show it to you a little bit. You have a good evening. Bye now.